So in our previous video, we've been talking about the importance of self-advocacy, which is standing up for yourself and expressing yourself throughout your cancer journey. Here are 5 tips to help you advocate for yourself. And these are tips that I used and I share with my clients all the time. The first one is always communicate. Communicate, communicate, communicate. Ask your doctor or your healthcare team for more information. If you don't understand something, let them know. Ask them about your diagnosis. Ask them about what tests they've ordered and why. Ask them about the different treatment options available to you. Ask them about the side effects of the treatment and what are the advantages and disadvantages of each treatment over the other. Ask them what are alternatives to treatment. And even think about asking what happens if you don't choose to do any of these treatments. But the point here is remembering to communicate with your healthcare team. Now, for some of us, it may be difficult to do that because of various reasons. There may be a language barrier. We may not be used to asking healthcare providers these questions, and we may struggle. And that's understandable. I always suggest bringing someone with you to your medical and healthcare appointments. And I say that for a number of reasons, because 2 sets of ears are always better than 1 set. And what you may have missed, the person you bring may have picked up on. The other thing with bringing someone with you is just keep in mind to be intentional and thoughtful about who you bring. You want to bring someone you trust, someone that you feel safe with, because they're going to be knowing this information about yourself, and someone you can rely on to ask the questions that you may not have thought of in that present moment. Another tip to help you communicate is making a list. I know it sounds simple and something we would all think to do, but when we're in that moment, sometimes we forget because we may be consumed with our own fears. And so make a list of your questions. Write down your concerns and bring out this piece of paper to your meeting and let your healthcare provider know that I do have these concerns and I would like to address them. I've been told and I've seen that a lot of people will shy away from asking these questions because they can sense that their doctor or physician are busy. But that's okay. This is your health. This is your well-being. And they are happy to answer the questions that you may have to help soothe your worries and concerns. Point number 2 is being honest. Be honest with yourself and your healthcare team and your family and friends. This may seem straightforward, that of course I would be honest, but sometimes we're not. And so be honest about what you're experiencing. Tell your healthcare team or your family or your friends what you're experiencing physically, mentally, emotionally. And this information can help them help you. And sometimes people want to adopt a role of being positive and strong. I know I did. And it doesn't help us. It doesn't help us get the help that we need. And so be okay with being vulnerable. Be honest about what you're feeling and speak up to let others know. Number 3 is consult with others if you feel that it will help you. And I add that disclaimer. When you're in a cancer journey, you're given a lot of information and by your healthcare team. And if you feel it would help you, consult with others who may be experts in this area. Give yourself permission to get a second opinion. Speak to family or friends who may be experts in this area. Or speak to friends or people that you know who have gone through a similar diagnosis and treatment. And I always say, use this information thoughtfully. It doesn't mean that their experience will be your experience, but gather the information so that you can make a better informed decision. Number 4, often people, when they're going through treatment and I talk to them about self-advocacy, they say, well, Shalina, I don't even know where to start. I don't even know how to start advocating myself because I feel so overwhelmed and confused. And I get that, I really do. For those of you who feel this way, maybe asking yourself these 2 questions might help. Is just get to a point of stillness and quiet, and then ask yourself 2 questions. One is, what do I want? And the second question is, what do I need right now? Giving ourselves permission to ask these questions to ourselves and sitting with our responses, it can be really powerful because we can take this information and share it with who we need to share it with to help ourselves, whether it's our healthcare team, our family, or our friends, or with work. And finally, my last point is trust your gut and your intuition. The first 4 points have been about gathering information from outside sources, and that's important. But in the end, we all need to recognize that we know ourselves best. We know our thoughts, we know how we're feeling, we know what our worries are and our concerns and our insecurities. And we have to take the information we've learned and we have to sit with what we know with ourselves and ask ourselves, what is our heart and our gut telling us to do? It might be telling us that we need more information, or it might be giving the exact answer that we're looking for. But making space and time and recognizing the value of trusting your gut and listening to your own self is incredibly powerful. So hopefully one of these strategies speaks to you and gives you insight into how you can lean into self-advocacy. Because remember, self-advocacy is a way for you to stand in your place of agency and to regain control over what you can do. And when we give ourselves permission to do this, it betters our whole overall experience and makes us feel more connected with ourselves and happier.